So, OpenAI just dropped an entire platform for building what they're calling AI agents. And let me tell you, this is a massive leap beyond the chatbots we've all gotten used to. Okay, let's just dive right into this and break down what this really means for the future of AI. You're probably going to hear this phrase a lot because it perfectly captures what's happening right now. We're seeing this huge shift in AI, moving away from models that just talk to these autonomous systems that can actually do things. So, what even is an AI agent? Well, think of it less like a chatbot you have a conversation with and more like an assistant that can actually operate a computer for you. It can see what's on the screen, make a decision, and then take action, all on its own to get a job done. It's a doer, not just a talker. To really wrap our heads around all this, we're going to go through it layer by layer. We'll kick things off with the brand new foundation they've built. Then we'll check out the super powerful toolkit these agents get to use. After that, we'll see how you can get multiple agents to work together as a team. And then, finally, we'll zoom out and talk about what this all means for the bigger picture of AI. All right, first up, the foundation. You can't build something this powerful on shaky ground, right? So to create these agents, developers needed a new, much more flexible starting point. And that's exactly what this new Responses API is. So this slide really shows the big change. In the past, developers kind of had to pick their poison, either the simple, single-shot chat completions API or the much more complex Assistance API that could remember things. The new Responses API just brings them both together, taking the best parts of each to create one unified, powerful, and flexible starting point. At the end of the day, this new API is all about making life way easier for the people building this stuff. It can do everything the old APIs could, plus a lot more. And check this out. It comes with free state storage for 30 days and built-in visual tracing. That means developers can literally see a step-by-step replay of what their agent did, which makes finding and fixing bugs 1,000 times easier. Okay, so that's the new foundation. Now for the really fun part. What can an agent actually do? This is where we get into the new toolkit, and believe me, this is where things get really, really powerful. OpenAI is giving these agents 3 brand new built-in tools that are kind of like giving them senses and hands to use in the digital world. They can now search the live internet, actually use a computer like you and me, and securely dig through private files. These aren't just small updates. These are totally new fundamental abilities. Let's start with web search. And no, this isn't just getting a list of Google links back. The killer feature here is that the agent can give you a deep link to the exact sentence on a web page that answers your question. It's all about precision. And this number, wow, this shows just how big a deal that precision is. The new fine-tuned model hits 90% accuracy on simple Q&A. For comparison, the base GPT-4o model was only at 38%. That's the difference between a cool party trick and a tool you can actually rely on to get the right answer. Next up is the tool that everyone's been talking about, the one that powered OpenAI's operator demo. It's called Computer Use, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It gives the AI a virtual mouse and keyboard, letting it look at a screen, understand what it's seeing, and actually interact with apps by clicking, scrolling, and typing. And as you can see from these industry benchmarks, it's not just a demo. It performs at the absolute highest level. It doesn't matter if it's a complicated desktop program or a website, this tool gives agents the ability to handle real-world tasks on a computer. And finally, we've got the upgraded file search tool. It's basically a managed RAG service. And RAG is just a fancy acronym that means the AI can look up specific info from your private documents before it gives you an answer. So think of it like a secure private brain for your company. A developer just uploads a bunch of internal documents, and OpenAI handles all the complicated stuff in the background. An agent can then use that private knowledge and combine it with live info from the web. It's the best of both worlds. So, we've got a new foundation and a set of really powerful tools. But that brings up the next obvious question, right? How do you get a bunch of these specialized agents to work together on one big complex problem? Yeah, this is the real challenge. It's called orchestration. You might have one agent that's a genius at web research and another that's an expert at using Excel. How do you make them collaborate like a real team instead of just bumping into each other? Well, OpenAI's answer is this new open source Agents SDK. This is their official, fully supported framework that actually grew out of a super popular experiment they ran called Swarm. It's built from the ground up to manage these tricky multi-agent workflows. The SDK basically gives you a playbook with 4 key parts. You can set up your specialized agents, create smart handoffs to pass tasks between them, put up guardrails to keep things safe, and use tracing to watch the whole thing happen from start to finish. It's pretty much the control panel for your own AI team. All right, so now that we've seen the foundation, the tools, and the team playbook, let's zoom back out. What does it all mean when you put all these pieces together? Here's the most important takeaway from all this. OpenAI is not just in the business of selling AI models anymore. They are now providing the entire integrated stack for building, running, and improving autonomous AI agents. It's a fundamental shift. So why does this all matter so much? Well, because every single piece solves a huge problem. The unified API makes building way easier. The new tools give agents the power to actually act in the world. The orchestration layer lets them tackle complex problems as a team. And that built-in observability, that finally gives developers the microscope they need to see what's going on and make these systems better. And that leaves us with one last pretty fascinating thought. For the very first time, developers have this complete, integrated system to build an AI agent, watch every single thing it does, and then refine it. So the big question is no longer if we can automate incredibly complex jobs, but which ones are going to be automated first.